Oh, what? Why now? What's going on? Come on, OBS. You can do better than this, OBS.
Oh,
Come
you're
on.
back?
Oh,
Looks like you're back.
oh my God. Come on. Stay up, please. I'm trying to give CPR right now to my stream.
It looks like you're properly up because last time it wasn't like properly.
Oh, no, I'm lagging. No, 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 no. Oh my
Oh
God.
no.
You keep cutting out for me. It keeps going red. Oh God.
Disaster.
Is it okay? Wait, I can't tell. Oh gosh. Oh no.
Seems okay right now, but I'm not sure if it'll sustain.
I hope it will sustain. I'll just get to the bit where we leave the church and then maybe we can leave it off there. That sounds good
Sounds
enough.
good.
Very quickly, we became
Working?
firm
Okay, good,
friends.
good.
Eventually, Sheriff got sick of the miners, decided enough was enough, and shut down the town, forced the miners to move elsewhere. The entire time, he'd been talking about Sheriff. His face was lively and lit up, his hands moving with his words. It was a lot like how your pastor used to give sermons.
Surely there is resistance to a whole mine in town. That?
The car felt like packed up, it's fine now.
That's
Of course, but Sheriff did what's right. That's the way Sheriff's soul is set. I felt buried by the weight of the town's hate, their convictions like stone walls I could not scale. I'll be grateful to God until the day I die that Sheriff came here. I was given so much hope when I'd lost it all.
And you've been there ever since?
Jacob chuckled. Yes, we have. Only a handful of us stayed after the miners left. It was hard to know whether this town would still stand. But we felt sure we could find more people who cared, as long as we worked together. More people like us. The accent is shifted as I'm doing Jacob.
That's literally me with Sheriff.
Yeah, bro. His words hung in
So
the air,
good.
settling around you and Joseph, as Jacob settled his gaze on you both. Keep looking back at the little meter. It keeps spazzing out. I'm scared it's just gonna go to zero again. Just stop working.
Let's hope not.
So, those mines are still around? A lot of mining towns died down because of the gold drying up, but if miners just left, I guess there's some still here. Well, yes, I suppose so. I can't say I've thought about much in recent years. We don't encourage those looking for gold. I'm sure you understand. It's nothing but trouble. His warm gaze His warm gaze turned somewhat steely. You weren't sure how long it might go on for if Joseph didn't pipe up.
Of course, Jacob. We're just a curious bunch. Thank you for talking with us, stranger.
So long. His stern eyes disappeared in an instant, and he humbly waved away Joseph's thanks. No, the pleasure's all mine. It's been good to talk to New Year's. If you'll excuse me now, I must get this place tidied up before today's meeting. Quaker meeting? Oh, that's your line! No! Go on, then. Say your line.
Quaker meeting?
Yes, indeed. You're both welcome to join us if you'd like. Thank you, Jacob, but I'm thinking we'll be off anyhow. You all stand, stretching and shaking off the stiffness from wings and tails and legs. Go well, and keep the lad close to you. You both nod and leave through the same rattling door as before, catching one last glance at Jacob starting his chores before you close it.
Alrighty.
Just a little bit more. Just five more minutes.
I
I wanna
Sounds good.
just. How about we just get to the part where they're up on the cliff, maybe? Wait, or is that later?
That seems
I don't
good.
know. I don't want
Yeah,
to
that
stop
might be
yet.
quite
I
a
don't
bit
want to
later.
stop just yet. I'm having so much fun.
Let's just keep going till
It looks like it's lagging
I
a
basically
lot.
have to go.
What could be causing
Seems
this?
alright to me. What do we think, chat? Is it
What
is
do
it
we think,
laggy? Is it
chat, eh?
smooth? Yes, chat.
I'm trying to figure this out. See if there's anything I could close to make my PC
I'm
run
such
faster.
a streamer,
You're more of a
honestly.
streamer than me. I've only said chat like twice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's a Twitch streamer. Guys, he's a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
looks like it's
I
lagging.
totally am.
Really. Like, I'm looking at the little meter and it's like, it's going crazy. Like, between yellow and red. I don't want to continue if it's low quality. I want it to be good quality.
Might be your own internet though.
Yeah, it might be. Because it was doing better earlier.
If anybody is here watching the stream, please tell us if it is lagging at all,
You sound like you're
or it
talking
is
to a
not
ghost.
lagging.
I invoke thee, thy spirit. Tell
Is
me if my
anybody
stream
here?
is lagging.
Yes.
I'm lagging on Discord too.
Alright, fine. Okay, I think we'll be all good.
Fine. Okay, let's just.
I honestly think it's just your internet messing around right now. It really
Yeah.
sucks because at a bad time.
Okay, okie doke. I really hope they aren't lagging and now are only just like starting to get to the part where I'm all scared over the internet. They're gonna have to sit through that for a while. Whatever. Joseph stands with you for a moment in the porch of the meeting hall, looking off into the town. What are you thinking?
Well, we know now that these folks ain't gonna put up much. Maybe some of them.
Oh, you're cutting out.
You want me to read it again?
No, it's fine. I'll just cut out a fighting, like, but.
Cool.
And there's definitely gold here. Somewhere. Joseph had no real emotions playing across his face, but he was standing much more still than you'd seen him before. Like he was trying not to breathe. Come on, we've got more people to talk to. He exhaled sharply, feathers on his beak next to his nose holes fluttering.
Yeah.
Hey, but we don't have more people to talk to. You walked past the house and people like before, but didn't feel like waving back.
As it happens.
Walking back to the edge of town, on the other side from a sign you now knew read Clemency, you both sit on the edge of a little hillside slope. Kicking dust upon
right.
yourselves as you settle on the rocky crevices.
I think that's all the useful places of interest here. It's asking for gold.
I think we've disturbed this lot enough for a day. Your resting hand becomes restless as it brushes against some dry desert grass, entwining it between your fingers, slowly pulling it from its roots. So, what did we actually figure out? Everyone here is kind and mostly defenseless.
I think pacifist is the word.
You took more grass up into your hand.
They can maybe fight off some bandits, but no officers are gonna come. Ain't gonna do much good against the gang.
You can go for help, like against the sign there.
They ain't.
It's my line. For once, you accidentally say one of my lines. And there is gold here, somewhere. Some forgotten mines no one's seen for decades.
Well, it's gotta be around here. It's a mining town, for Pete's sake. How far could it be?
You shrug. Sheriff said the town was moved. The mines could be anywhere now. Maybe it really was just rumors. Maybe there's not really anything to find here.
I think you know as well as I do. Friendly as well, but go gets their hackles up.
You just cut out most of it. you cut out as. The first as.
Want me to
No, the second
reread,
as.
or are you all good?
Sure. Sure.
Friendly as well, but go gets their hackles up. That bit?
No, it's fine now. Don't worry about it.
Coolness. Someone has to know where the mines are.
You knew he was right. You knew how to read people well enough. Joseph stood up, gazing out across the landscape of the town and beyond, searching towards the horizon. Gonna use those special eyes of yours, bird brain! Bird brain! I called you that earlier!
Don't you dare call me that. More use than you chasing your tail, mutt.
He looked at you for a moment with a smirk, and you smirked back. You rolled the grass in your hand between your fingers, squashing the reeds of it together, dropping seeds in the sand.
I can't see nothing. Goddamn sun in my eyes ain't helping neither. I don't know if, how do you say it?
Bartholomew.
I always struggle with this name. I don't know if,
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew would
Yeah.
help out. Yes!
You did it, you did it, you did it!
Woo! He was maybe the most friendly one of the bunch. Sheriff didn't even talk about gold.
Because Sheriff knows how to keep the town safe. You look up at Joseph, his puzzled face squinting in the sun, looking down at you. Looking back out into the desert, the sun sits between two rocky outcroppings in the distance. A light a light bulb plucked from the sky by unmoving fingers. It will start getting dark soon. Sheriff knows where the mines are. Bartholomew said he never saw them, and Jacob was never a miner. He had no reason to go to the mines.
What? So he never saw him? That don't make sense.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, even if he did see them back then, he wouldn't remember where they were now. Sheriff still knows where they are because they're the biggest danger to the town. I'd wager Sheriff even checks up on them every so often to make sure it's undisturbed.
Huh, I guess that checks out. We don't have the time for a stakeout, though.
You balled your hand into a fist, the grass yielding and turning to dust.
We don't need to know where they are anyway. About all we need, knowing where the mines are would just be a penny in the hat. We should think about our next move. Move.
Bro, you turned into a cow for a second. Moo!
Moo! He's changing.
Oh my god. You ignored the tiny knot in your stomach as you thought about what to do next.
You also
should just
ignored my
leave.
voice cry.
But there's nothing else to do here. We should just think about resting. It's getting dark soon. Oh, here's where the morning thing happens that I mentioned to you, but with the coffee. I think we could stay at the saloon. Sheriff did offer.
You sure you want to stay here for a night?
Seems like the least we can do before we leave.
Oh yeah, we gotta get kicked out first though.
Yeah, we do. We gotta get chased out with a gun. Unless camping outside is some mighty appeal to you. Joseph flashed a wry smile.
Alrighty then. Let's go have a look first. No point bringing the horses down if I kind of...
Standing up, you feel the dust fly between your fingers as the wind's blowing east and follow Joseph a few paces behind.
Sick.
Sick, dude. You walk towards the saloon again, looking forward to having somewhere to rest. You don't remember the last time you actually stayed in a room somewhere. There was always a tent, or just in your bedroll, lying beneath the stars. You see Sheriff and Bartholomew is my favourite, standing on the porch of a saloon talking intently, but can't pick up any clear words on the wind. Sheriff notices you both as you approach, patting Bartholomew on the back as he takes his leave back inside. Sheriff leaves the shade of the saloon's overhang, walking with purpose towards you both. Oh, that's really funny, actually. Funny thing, I take performance classes in my school, and recently we were taught to walk with purpose in a performance piece. I think that's pretty funny in my opinion. The blue of the sky was starting to fade into oranges, pinks on the edges, and the sparse and tiny clouds overhead. You both slowed to a stop as Sheriff approaches you quickly. The face approaching you was different from before, and you see Joseph's face fall a little. Sheriff came to a stop in front of you both, twisting the cane in the dirt a little. Oh, he's mad.
Oh boy.
Oh, the old and frail
Have to lose my voice again.
Oh yeah, you got to lose your voice. The old and frail figure standing in front of you was shaking a tad. You could hear slow and deliberate breaths from the chest. Yo, look out to stage like I'll do it. I'll do it.
Wow.
I'll play Bartholomew. Cast me as Bartholomew.
You could be there.
We'll have a live band there. We'll have a live band playing the OST in the background.
We do. Some cowboys.
Yes, it'd be so cool.
just
So
just
cool.
cowboys.
With a real lookouts IRL. Oh my god, lookouts in real
Yeah.
life. I called
Real
lookouts
life.
at 3 a.m. They answered.
Yeah,
Gone wrong.
I'd pay for tickets. Gone right.
Gone right. Oh my god. The old
Oh
and frail
god.
figure standing in front of you was shaking its head. You could hear slow and deliberate breaths from the chest. The usual confidence and bluster off of Joseph dissipated in this new glare of sheriffs. The new and sharp eyes, unlike those you'd seen when you arrived. There was a tiredness in them, a fierce tiredness, beneath which was a wild look you'd only seen in the eyes of a newly grieving. Gripping the cane, scaled knuckles turning white, Sheriff spoke in a low and calm voice.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yo.
Yeah, I should have known. Thought maybe I was wrong this time. Y'all seem so, I don't know, like you should be here. Even so, I knew there was something off.
You cut off it off. Nothing else came through.
I knew there was something off with what you were at.
You cut off it asking to, whatever.
Fuck.
It's fine,
I
it's
mean,
fine. Hey, you can't
darn
say
it.
that word!
Gosh darn it.
Oh,
Is everything all right, Sheriff? We were just going to see if we could stay at the saloon.
Solo. Sheriff slammed the cane
Solo.
into the dirt with such force he feared it might crack the earth beneath.
You know damn well things are not all right.
Ooh.
I had a little chat with my friends around town, talking about the newcomers, what they've been asking about. It's passing through town. Give me a break. I should have known it was too good. I know when I see the gold fever in them eyes.
Bro, this is scary.
So it's spooky.
Scary guy. We're not here to cause trouble, Sheriff. We'll be on our way tomorrow morning.
Really now? Well.
Whoa! Whoa! Sheriff reached a free hand behind and pulled an old revolver to point at you.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna say this.
That's not your line!
And I'm gonna say it once. I made a promise to protect this town and the people who live here, that I would do what was right by them. So both of you are gonna turn tail and leave right now, and you never come back. Bam! And if I ever see either, I'll shoot you dead before nary fur or feather crosses that town line.
You stood still next to Joseph. A small fear of taking hold as you feel like the wind might knock you off your feet.
Understood, Sheriff.
Sound like a sad child. Joseph started walking away.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, fine.
I'll go do my chores.
Joseph started walking away, not stopping for you, even as you stood there a moment longer, just to say one word. Sorry. You knew that didn't make up for it, but it was all you could muster from your tight throat. You turned quickly and walked away after Joseph with your head down, staring at your feet as they rhythmically sped one after another through the dust tracks of a town you couldn't come back to. This bit made me so sad.
It was just a prank, bro.
It's a prank, bro.
Prank, Sheriff, yeah. God, can't you take a joke?
The climb back out of the valley was quiet. The wind was the only noise to reach your ears. No words coming to pass between you and Joseph. Only the occasional meeting of the eyes when you looked to make sure you hadn't fallen behind. Those eyes, that face you had grown accustomed to so quickly, to having at least the hint of a smile resting, was devoid of much emotion at all. I don't like having it. There's no music. It's scary. He wasn't thinking about it.
Spooky.
you felt, but to not think about it meant to not think at all. And so he didn't, his limbs carrying him up the path, but no one was home. You understood, of course, as much as you'd like to not think about it either, you couldn't ignore the small dread in your chest. Like it was in the cavities of your insides, seeping around and between your organs, a creeping tar. I like the tar.
Ugh.
I like how they describe it like that. You're cool. Not a
Good.
suffocating tar, just making you feel heavy, dense. If you stopped walking now, you didn't know if you'd start again. The sun was starting to dip into the horizon. When you reached your original meeting spot at the top of the cliff, both of your horses were lying in the long shadows of some rocky mounds, your own shadows stretching across the sand as you go to tend to them. You both hauled your bedrolls off and started to unpack them, giving the horses some water and sorting through your belongings. Still, without a word, a camp for the night quickly formed between you as you worked. Joseph had brought a thin metal stand with him to hang the cooking pot over, and gently tossed you his book of matches as he erected it. You struck the matches in a familiar fashion, placing it in the middle of a dried assortment, blowing gently to encourage the shy flame. Lifting your head back up from the budding fire, Joseph was having a little issue getting his stand to, well, stand. His face was still the same neutral, empty face from before, and you noticed a little catch on a joint that hadn't flipped properly. You brought your hand up to flick it out of the way. Either the lurch of the stand falling into place or the momentary touch of your hand against his seemed to jolt Joseph out of his listless state.
I gotta go now. Sorry.
Say your final line! Say your final line!
Thank you. And there we go.
And there he goes.
That's Lookout,
And
guys. That's the
hello.
game. Hope you liked
That's
it.
the end. I'm still gonna continue on
The
for a while.
end.
I'll just take over your lines. It's fine.
All good. All right. I'll see you
I'm
later.
just gonna get to the bit where they go to sleep, and then I'll end off the stream. See you, nerd.
Bye, everyone. See ya.
Goodbye. Oh wait. I just remembered if I. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Wait, give me a second. I just remembered when I leave a call, it just gets rid of the guy. There we go. There we go. A smile, just a small one, a wary and wary one, had returned to his face. You were glad to see it again. It was enough to make your chest a little lighter, the tar receding just a touch. Oh my god, it's him, the everlasting Eidolon, also known as Joseph. Wait. 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, I'm ready. With the fire lit, oh wait, the music's back. With the fire lit, a modest plume of smoke started billowing into the sky and scattering in the fading sunlight. Joseph got up momentarily to rummage in one of his saddlebags, coming back with a tin and some bundled cloth. I've got some beans, some salted pork too. Not sure what you got with you. Oh right, yeah, hold on. You had plenty of water still, and if he was propping up the bulk of the meal, you had some molasses to add too. He brought them both over and let Joseph sitting on his bedroll. He'd laid out now, take the reins. It wasn't really a two-person job. If it means gently cooking away now in the pot, he sat there, and lazily stirring it with a spoon. You grabbed your bedroll and laid it out on the opposite side of the fire, squatting and dropping onto it, with a third tucking your legs towards you. Hopefully my voice isn't too boring, because I don't know. I don't know if I'm putting enough emotion into my voice. Oh, shoot. Oh wait, the friends thing is still there. No more friends. Okay, onto this scene now. The two of you sat like this a short while, watching the pot steaming away, the orange flames licking the underside of a well-used metal. You found yourself thinking about what happened in Clemency without even realizing the pang you felt in your stomach when Sheriff knew why you were there. The sharp chill that shot from your neck to your tail when the gun was pulled on you. You weren't scared of being shot. That wasn't it. That wasn't what set your palm into a cold sweat. it was something else. Something about having to leave that town. Sorry for letting you do so much of the talking today. More of a quiet type. Sure, you figured that out already. He flashed you a weak but genuine smile. Not like I did as much good. It wasn't your fault, Joseph. Sheriff is paranoid, and you're bound to be rumbled eventually. Hey, wait, paranoid? Hey, that reminds me of someone. That reminds me. I wonder what that reminds me of. Besides, it doesn't really seem like there is any gold here, unless we feel like setting up a new mining operation. Yup. I'm sure Black Vulture will love to hear that. Wasn't my fault, I'll say. He sighed, a sharp, exasperated exhale through his nose holes. One of his his crossed legs fidgeting and bouncing as he stirred the pot. You were a little taken aback that he seemed to be mocking what you said. Maybe it just wasn't what he wanted to hear right now. Still, you understood his frustration. What would your bosses think if we told them what this place was like? Would they even believe us? Sorry. You were snapped from your thoughts by his apology, a slightly guilty look on his face, knowing you must have seen that hurt your feelings a little. You're right, it's not my fault exactly, but hell, this is a mess, Coffee. His fidgeting was spreading, playing across the feathered fingers of his wings, his face, his eyes, his knees again. Like a ragtime tune was playing all across the inside of his body. What's he like? Black Vulture? He's, his breathing was ragged too. You got onto your knees and reached your hand onto his that was stirring the spoon, even now. A gentle but firm grasp, stopping its motions. Your eyes met over the cooking pot. It looked like he was seeing you again for the first time, in a long time. The shaking in his hand came to rest and relaxed its vice grip on the long spoon as you held each other's gaze. Let go. I'm here. It's alright. He nodded a few times, taking his hand away and resting on his haunches, stretching his legs out. A few moments passed as Joseph regained his calm, laid-back demeanour. One leg still bounced a little. Quick rhythm, tapping a dancehall tune. Here we go. It is the night time now. The sun was almost gone now, the last dregs of its light in the desert turning everything in the distance a single dusty red. You could see the stars now, as you looked to the sky, the light continuing to fade. More and more points of light dotting their way to the east. You turned your eyes away from the sky when you heard the sound of a penknife flicking open. Or, when this first happened, I got scared. I was like, oh no! But then, he's cool. Oh, don't mind me none. Just doing a little preening. He started taking the knife gently to his wing. Very gently. He seemed to be scraping away all the feathers, while also opening new pin feathers scattered across the wing, in motions almost like shaving. Forgive me if I'm talking out of line, but why don't you use your beak for that? Bad ending, he stabs you. Oh gosh. So glad this game doesn't have a bad ending. Oh well, Mom always told us you don't use your beak for things around anyone other than family or lovers. It ain't polite. He seemed a little sheepish admitting it, like it was an uncommon quirk of his family. You asked about Black Vulture? Yeah. Don't you know the stories already? Yeah, but those are just stories. I know what it's like riding someone with a few tall tales behind. With a few tall tales trailing behind them. That's a tongue twister. Joseph snorted a little, still making his way across the wing with his small knife. Oh, the music came back, yes. Yep, that sounds about right. Pretty sure some of the more flirting ones I've heard were left by Vulture himself. You settled on the sides of your legs a little, getting more comfortable as you kept stirring the ever-cooking pot. Where to begin with the man himself? Jeez. A real piece of work, that one, I can tell you that much for sure. He's a city slicker that considers himself a cowboy, even though he hates getting his boots dirty. Acts all gentleman-like and such, a real fan of mouth. He'd charm the pants off you if you had something you wanted. Then, when he's got what he wants, he'd jab the knife towards you, pointedly. He'd stick you in the back and twist it hard to hear you cry. He turned the knife back to preening. He's a terrible shot too. There are some stories that he could shoot the cap of a bottle without spilling it from 50 paces. But he ain't a sharpshooter. Never. He's almost as bad as to make a shot at me. But someone else of that. See, that's how you run his posse. You make yourself indispensable. He kept his knife on the ground through the word to make his point. His gang is on the small side. They're plenty loyal. They need to be. There can't be anyone else. You're loyal then? I'm the eyes. I'm useful. I got on good with a lot of them. The Black Vulture keeps me around. Win-win. You understood what he was saying, what he meant, but what he really wanted to say. You understood how it felt to be under that kind of looming shadow. No one for miles around, but don't say anything just in case. You've seen what happened to other people. You both had, for sure. Joseph was as far from a greenhorn as he could be. He swapped hands and started the knife in his other wing now. So what about Curly Wolf? You said there were plenty of tall tales about him. Split fair with me. Oh, okay. Bye bye. See you, Cold Dogger, and everyone else. See yous. Have a nice night. Or, well, you're in the UK, so I'll just say night. It is night almost. I don't know where in the UK you are, but whatever. Have a nice day, night, morning. I don't know. See yous. Hope you stick around for the second one. This looks about done to me. Joseph stared at you for a moment when you did meet his eyes, and then closed up his knife, kneeling over to look with an approving whistle. Thank you. Yeah, can't wait. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, looks it to me. He laughed a little as his stomach gave a hearty growl, fetching the bowls and holding them while Joseph served you a big, slopping portion. That's funny. Night had come now, and you both gathered a little closer around the fire and moved the pot stand to the side. You could see him easier now, with it out of the way. The pot lifted, the fire rose, dancing in the wind, sometimes hazing your view. The blur flitting in and out as you glanced eyes while you ate. Believe it or not, but I ain't the cookie back at the pen. Someone else got that privilege. He was clearly joking, but the beans were some of the better you've had. I never would have guessed. I don't cook that often, but I make some mean donuts from time to time. Oh, you do now? I'll have to try them then. I hope so. It was so selfish to ignore his question, say nothing about Curly Wolf. So rude of you. You weren't raised like this. You couldn't though. Never. More like you didn't know what to say. How many years had it been now? Sorry, I should have said something when you asked about my boss. I get it. No, I mean, of course you do, but it's also that. When I said I was a quiet type, it's more than that. I'm shooting straight at you. I don't remember the last time I heard my own voice before today. Camp, I might say yeah or no, but I don't really talk. And when I'm away on the lookout... Whoa, lookout, that's like the game name! When I'm away on the lookout, there's just no one to talk to. I don't want to talk to myself, just be reminded that I'm alone. I've never talked about him. I wouldn't. Joseph looked straight at you, even into you, it almost felt like. You could see the fire between you and his eyes, flames fluttering across the irises. The intensity of his look gave way to something like relief. Nah, don't worry about being a quiet one. I think it's part of your charm. There are lots of wannabe tough guys who want to act like you with no sweat, but strong, silent act. Besides, guys back home are always telling me to shut up. Not that I give them a satisfaction. I can tell you that being quiet doesn't change things. Same horse shit regardless of whether you make a fuss. You sighed, a long sigh. What words could you even use for a man like him? Curly Wolf is a bad egg. I think sometimes he was born like that. I know he can't have been, but I don't know what godforsaken things happened to him to turn him into what he is. He's probably the meanest, roughest bastard you'll ever have the misfortune of meeting. Anyone you can think of that you wouldn't want to run into. He's worse than that. I don't know about Black Vulture, but His stories Curly Wolf leaves behind. I don't think they even match up to how dangerous he is. I've seen him gun down traitors riding away on horseback 200 paces away. It's easy to get his dander up, and he's the last person you'd ever want to do that to. He'd make sure of that. Not the brightest you'd ever meet. His instincts are keen. He never made an empty threat, and he'll happily get his hands dirty to make good on them. Shit. Like Vulture said before, he'd be willing to pick a fight with Curly Wolf, but they've never met. Now I'm wondering if he has any idea what would get him into. He's stupid, but he's definitely too cocky for his own good. Oh, eat your bowl before it gets cold. Nothing worse than cold food. You did as he said, mulling over what you'd talk about while you ate. Joe's had a head start on you, but even so, his eating was voracious, and he finished before you even halfway through yours. He sat back from his hunch over the bowl, wiping his beak on his arm. He looked around some, into the fire, out of the darkness of the desert, at you. You could tell he didn't want to stare, but his eyes took you in anyway, with long glances. He coughed, clearing his throat to stall for the words he was thinking of. Say, coffee, I wanted to ask. He grabbed his knife again, taking it to his wing once more, looking away as he asked a common question. Your arm, I hope you don't think me cruel for asking, but what happened? Did he do that to you? You're pretty used to questions about it, but you appreciated the genuine warmth behind his words at least. Ah, this old thing. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was a practical joke of sorts, if you'd call it that, by some of the guys during a camp. Took my bandana and shoved it in the mouth of one of the horses. Egged me on to get it back. Reached my hand in, and of course, the horse gets all antsy and bites down, starts thrashing trying to get away. I don't remember much after that. Blacked out from the pain. Next thing I know, being hauled to some doctor, told me they had to amputate it before it putrefied. Joseph had stopped preening at this point, looking at you with some real watery eyes and a soft expression on his brow of both anger and horror. He's angry now. Got the bandana back, so, you know, win some, lose some. I'm sorry. Nothing to be sorry for. A long time ago. You just live with it. Full and finished, you set aside your bowl, taking another appraisal of your surroundings, looking up to the sky and its carpet of stars. Wow, this really is taking a while, huh? I think I'll finish up soon, a couple of minutes maybe. It was quickly starting to get cold, so you got up and went to your horses, fishing some blankets out for them. Looking inside the bag, you couldn't find your usual extra blanket for yourself. Shit, must have forgotten to take it before you left. You spied your binoculars in there, took them and walked to the edge of the cliff again. About to put them up to your eyes when you realized you didn't need them to see what was happening in Clemency. The whole town was dark, except for the bright lights prominently shining from the saloon. You saw the shadow silhouettes of people dancing play out across the street in front, and if you listened very closely, the music seemed like they were having a rip-roaring time. Yeah, I wonder if they would do it tonight, like Bartholomew mentioned. Why wouldn't they? What have they got to be worried about? His voice was a little cold, blunt, ice cubes in a drink bumping your teeth as you sip. I think I might actually leave it off here. There's a bit further ahead and don't want to leave that out. Be cool. Who's here today? There's a lot of yous. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream now, actually. Oops. I'll just save. Yeah, I'm gonna end stream now then, I guess. It's been real fun, really. Like, I'm glad to have you all here and for all of you to, you know, be watching me. But, I hope you had a swell old time, I guess. And whoever's here, have a nice night. See you. Good night, good morning, or wherever you are. Goodbye.